Guys, what is happening? So last night's Supercross season opener was everything we've come to expect out of Anaheim 1. And now that the race is over and done with, I am super excited about the rest of this upcoming 2025 Supercross season, man. If you didn't know it, I am a huge Supercross motocross fan. It is the only sport that I really care to watch other than maybe baseball, but does not compare to the Supercross motocross venue. I absolutely love it. I'm a huge hardcore fan, been watching it for years. And I get pretty emotional about it. And while it doesn't really have much to do with adventure riding or the channel, I wanted to make a quick video on last night's season opener in Anaheim, giving you my thoughts on the rest of the season. Like I said, I am really excited about this season. I think it's going to be such a good season. Now, last year, of course, was the Jet Lawrence show, right? The kid's phenomenal. He is easily one of the top 5 guys to ever sit on a dirt bike. Some would say the top 1. I don't go that far, but I will say that he is great. And he did not have such a good night last night, okay? But let's talk about the race in general. Okay. I want to say that the predetermined winner of Anaheim 1 was probably Jet Lawrence. Now, I'm going to be right up front and tell you, I don't like Jet Lawrence. Do I respect his ability on a motorcycle? Absolutely. Do I like him as a face of AMA? Not a bit. He's kind of boo-hooing a little bit, right? Like the kid's made millions of dollars. He's so far had the most fantastic career of anybody ever, and he's constantly complaining, right? So, I just kind of think, well, you know what? When you're in that position, you should be a little bit more humble, a little bit more aware of what you've gotten and how you've gotten it and where you are in your life at 19 years old, right? Well, 20 years old now, I think. So again, predetermined winner came in number 12. If you ask me, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, the king is dead. Now, this is only the first race of the season. There is plenty of time for me to be proven way wrong on this, but I think that the king is dead. I think he's gotten in his own head. I think emotionally and mentally, he's in a place where he's not grateful for what he has, and I think that's starting to mess with him. That, and given the fact that, of course, when you're on top, that's where everybody's trying to be, right? So nobody's, Chase Sexton is not trying to beat Malcolm Stewart. He's not trying to beat Justin Barcia. He's trying to beat Jet Lawrence, and so are all those other guys that I just named, right? Everybody in the field is trying to beat Jet Lawrence. It's what they're training for. They're the videos that they're watching of him riding, and it's only a matter of time, I believe, before that they get there. And I think last night was a huge damaging event for Jet Lawrence. So I foresee him going down after this race, to be honest. Let's talk about Chase Sexton. Man, and I really do like Chase Sexton. His work ethic is phenomenal. He's figuring shit out on that new KTM. Last year was a building year. I think this year he's looking tough, man. And everybody knows when Chase is out front and he's got the speed, he's very hard to catch. So great job. Congratulations to Chase Sexton on winning the season opener. And he won it in big fashion, okay? And I think he is definitely a contender. I don't think he's going to win the championship. I have my opinion on who's going to win it this year, and some will agree and some will disagree. But I think he definitely has a shot, and he will definitely be high in the points at the end of the season, right? Kenny Roczen, man, the guy he doesn't quit, right? Ken Roczen does not know how to quit. A great second place showing last night. But let's be honest, that's not going to happen probably too often. I foresee a few more podiums maybe during the year for Kenny. But the guy he is older. He has some injuries that he fights with, and the problem with Roczen is he from the starting line, if he gets out the gate fast, man, watch out, because he's likely to run away. But if you can keep him in your sights, he does eventually kind of start to peter out a little bit, and he can be caught. So love the guy, great racer. Congratulations on that second place finish last night. Let's see if he can continue and pull out some more podium finishes this year. I wish him the best for sure. El Hombre, right? Jason Anderson. Dude, just fighting for it last night, which was great. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on Anderson because I really like him as a racer. I respect the fact that he don't take no shit. But I don't think, it's Jason Anderson. He's a hard racer. He's a hard charger. He just doesn't really, on most Saturdays, have the speed, right? Always up in that, top 5, top 7 finishes, but last night was a great night for him. And like they say, you can't win the championship at Anaheim, but you can lose it. Well, Anderson obviously went a long way towards not losing the championship last night, for sure. Fourth place finisher, Cooper Webb. Not a huge Cooper Webb fan. I don't have any animosity towards him. I don't dislike him. I'm just not. He's not my racer. But the dude is always there. He's cold and calculated, ready to strike when you make a mistake. He's got ice running through his veins on the track, and he did a great job coming in fourth in the season opener last night. But let's talk about who I really want to talk about. My man, Eli Tomac. Now, Tomac came in 5th place last night. On paper, not a great start for him, but I am telling you, mark my words, this is my prediction to you for this 2025 season. Eli Tomac, in his final season, will be the Supercross champion. Let the comments fly. Let me hear what you got to say. I don't care. Total fan of Eli's, always have been. I think he's going to win the championship. Okay, so he qualified first, right? He beat Lawrence on both qualifying sessions. That's got to get in Jet's head really bad. But regardless, Jet is fast, right? Not like Jet was having an off day. And Tomac beat him both times. That means simply that Tomac is faster, right? That first turn out the gate last night, I don't know where he got the turbo boost, but he flew through that rhythm section, got himself out front. And of course, coming around that first turn, he washed out the front end. Very, very uncommon mistake for a guy like Tomac to make. But nonetheless, he made it, and he went all the way down to 22nd, right? And at the end of the race, in this incredibly talented field that we have this year, at the end of the race, he was still in 5th place, right? He made up 17 spots in a very hard technical track. It's very difficult to make up that kind of, people don't understand Anaheim, man. That is a tough track to make up those kind of positions against the field that he was riding against, right? That is beast mode, man. If you know Tomac, there's so many races where he's like, man, I'm just not going to get it today. And he's happy with 7th. He's happy with 8th. He's a smart rider. He's not better to get 7th than to get knocked out of the race and not get any points, right? But last night, he could have settled for something like that. It's the first race of the season. He didn't, man. He was charging the whole time. He chased Justin Barcia down with just, I think, 1 lap remaining, right? Or on the final lap. And he was still coming at Webb when they crossed the finish line. Now, he wasn't close enough to pass him by any means, but he kept on going. He's feeling it, right? He's in the groove. He's got beast mode activated. He is coming for that title, if you ask me, all right? So happy about being an old guy. Love to see an old dude, old 32-year-old like Eli Tomac, doing what he does on that field, right? Some of the other guys, Malcolm Stewart, man, that crash in the heat race. I don't know how much that took out of him, and then of course he had to go to the LCQ. What could have been, I don't know. He's really fast. Malcolm Stewart is just always on the cusp of a breakthrough year. I wish him luck. I think he's an awesome rider, and I hope to see him on some podiums this year. And we'll see what happens with that. But at any rate, like I said, quick video, give you my short, very uneducated synopsis of the race last night. But like I said, once again, mark my words, Eli Tomac will be running that #1 plate at the end of the year, going into the motocross season. Maybe we've even got another year with Tomac after this, who knows. But best of luck to you, Eli. I'm on your side no matter what, and I'm rooting for you. But, and then again, best of luck to everybody in the Supercross season this year, whether you're in the lights or the mains. I'm just so happy that we've got some good real man sports on TV again. All right, guys. Hey, hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please give me a great big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell so you get notified whenever I put out any new content. And I hope to see you guys out on the trail.
Good night.